In three, two, one. Welcome back to another episode of Matter of Fact. It's Tommy. I'm here with Rob, as always, the modern day hippies, bringing you matters of fact that are going on in today's society. How you been, man?
Doing good, man. Still alive in this crazy world that we live in.
Yeah. It gets more exciting. We're just going to start calling it exciting because, if you call shit crazy every episode, it loses its meaning. But it's just been exciting, about averagely exciting, which a couple years ago we would have been saying it's crazy. Over the weekend I went to Howard Homecoming. It was their 100th annual homecoming. My first time going to HBCUs really was this year. I went to 3 homecomings in a row. And they all gave like a different vibe and stuff. But on the way, me and like my friends, we were talking about like how drastically different society is in 2024 versus 5 years ago in 2019. And we couldn't have imagined where we'd be right now. And like, even if you go back a little further than that to like 2012 or 2011, we couldn't have imagined like 10, 12, 13 years later, this is what the world will look like. And it was really a conversation because we were talking about politics and how the government is going to be structured. I want to ask you, how much longer do you think we have in our current government system as it is? I think, because America, for context, is one of the youngest developed nations. I think we've said this before, but we have one of the oldest documents, government documents, governing documents, the Constitution. We have the oldest, actually, not one of, the oldest. So that's not showing that it's a good thing. And I think, however you feel about him, Trump has shown that there are ways in which this system is flawed in the sense that really, if a faction gets big enough and enough people gravitate towards it, it can create whatever type of government you really want it to be. But how much longer do you think we have in this like current political system?
Well, things are obviously changing, but what do you mean political system? Like a democracy? You think we're going on a full-on?
I don't think democracy, but as far as like the presidential 2-term, whatever. This is my grand prediction, right? I think within the next 10 presidents or 10 terms, so that's 40 years, our government is going to become eerily similar to what the EU is. I think the states are going to become a lot more independent. We're still all going to be America and have the protection of the government and just the functionality of being able to go across borders easily and economy regulation and all that. But as far as like all like the little stuff, I think states are going to get a lot more power and they're going to become eerily similar to how countries are made up in the European Union. Because when you're in Europe, you can drive from one country to the next like you going from Cali to Nevada. Like, it's nothing. You don't got to go through no borders. Like, it's nothing. So I think it's going to be very similar to that.
It's tough, though. I mean, because Europe they have national identities.
Yeah. But we have state identities.
I don't know where I put the other one, but I found this one.
I mean, yeah, but we have state identities. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, but state identity is not like a national identity. Like France has existed for more longer than the United States. All the countries in Europe have existed for longer than the United States. So they have a lot longer history than states. And states for so long, people move to different states all the time. Like that, like America is a big mixing pot. That's what causes all the problems. Kind of mentioned on the last pod a little bit was like even though like this state could be for abortion, this one not, or whatever, it's like people that are for it and against it make up that state and make up every state, so it's not like one state's for it, one state's against it, it's just like the people are intermixed.
Well, but I do think that, something has to change with the current political system because I think like a lot of people think that once Trump dies or wins or whatever, like once he's done for real, like shit is gonna stop. And I'm like, this is just the beginning of this clown show of politics being dramatized and cinematized all across like our faces. And this brings us to our first segment of the show, shit that doesn't matter. Shit that's, like kind of funny, but it ultimately doesn't matter. And the first thing I want to bring up is Trump working at McDonald's. So I don't know if y'all saw that over the weekend. Trump was working at a McDonald's out here in PA. Pissed I missed it. But I was in DC at Howard. And yeah, I don't know much about why he did this or what. What was this? Just a publicity stunt or?
So yeah, it was a lot of different things, So one thing is made a big deal about Kamala saying that she worked at McDonald's, and then people said McDonald's came out and said no, she never worked there. So I know that's a fact. Yeah, So that's what.
So is McDonald's supporting Trump?
No, but they're just saying the facts. It's like no, we don't have a history of that. But I don't know. Would they really have history of that? Because McDonald's are like franchises and stuff like that. And they have history of all their employees. I doubt it. She's 60 years old. It's probably a long time ago. But anyway.
Well,
so
the
other thing is Trump likes McDonald's. Like that's a fact. Like remember he had the Super Bowl winning team and he fed a McDonald's. He's gangster. Crazy. Right? Some cold ass McDonald's.
That shit was actually crazy.
But he's like, yo, this is what I eat. This is gourmet for me. He loves it.
That nigga's really American, bro.
He is, and I thought
he's as American.
I thought that's relating to the people. Some people they tried to like make it a negative. I don't see it as a negative. He was in there doing that. Like
that is kind of crazy.
I think so.
Yeah, it was a publicity stunt. I don't even know how long that nigga was there. How long was he there?
It was a decent amount of time because he was doing the fries and stuff. Then he served.
But how long? You can do that shit in like 40 minutes.
Oh, of course, yeah. It wasn't like he was working up. Because they had to shut it all down and it all has to be screened. You can't just drive up to the window and be like, here's Trump.
Oh, that's
it's got to be safe, People try to kill him already.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was funny. Definitely made for some good memes and shit. But, I mean, the reason I really wanted to bring this up was to talk about the election a little bit, as we were kind of already talking about. I was just at Howard, right? Howard Homecoming in DC, and there was posters like plastered on different parts of the campus on different walls saying Kamala Harris is not welcome here, she's a war criminal, yada yada. Now all y'all might be saying like, all right, that's kind of fucked up, but like what does that matter? It matters because Kamala Harris went to Howard University. And for those of y'all who don't know, Howard University, as some will call it, is the Black Harvard. She went there. She claims like she was this big person in Greek life with the AKAs and, got this big identity from, Howard. I went to Howard Homecoming. I didn't see her down there, at the homecoming, the 100th homecoming. It's not like no whatever homecoming. It's the 100th election year. You could have easily went and did a little speech. You went there, did your little I don't know what it is, but did your little thing, like, you feel me? And you just, I don't know. What it's giving, what it's showing is that the campus wasn't fucking with you, and you felt that and didn't come. Yeah. I don't know what it was though.
That's one of those weird ones though, because like the signs that they're putting up, like a war criminal, or what is that? They're probably implying like Palestine and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's Palestine.
But Trump is all about Israel. Like he ain't denying that. You know what I mean? So like it's not necessarily one or the other. Sometimes there's like the haters of the haters, but they hate this one more. And that's probably
why do niggas hate Kamala more? Like people dead don't fuck with her.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't like her personality, like just being
because she's a woman?
No, I don't think it's that. There's plenty of women's personalities that I don't mind.
Because she's Indian?
She says she's black.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I just think like it's all a sticky situation. I think all this, like this whole election is like really just, it's become like a clown show, as we said. Elon, he was trying to help the people out. Elon been helping people out all year. He should be American of the Year at this point. He was giving $100 to everyone to sign a petition in PA that selects
And
$1 million winner every day.
Yeah, yeah. So then, if you registered and did it, then you got it entered into the $1 million drawing. So every day he was drawing out somebody to win $1 million. Up until I think yesterday, but still, a couple people got $1 million. And it was $100, and if you referred somebody and they put you down, you get $100 for the referral. They still get $100. So it was a nice little gig I think he's doing out there. So as long as he pays out, some people said that.
You don't think he's gonna pay out?
Dude, he's the richest man in the world. I would hope he pays out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He has to have respect.
That's what's crazy about
Elon. You gotta have respect, he does.
He can dead do shit like that.
That's nothing to him, dude. $100. He's like, what? You want $100?
How much this shit gonna cost? $100 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
You little peons. Like
I got 500 billion.
Dude, it's not even gonna be $100 million. It's gonna be, and it's out of the pack, I think, that he already established for like $75 million. So he already said, I'm going to use this. And then he's like, all right, some of the money, I'm going to do this with it. And it works because then he gets everybody's email and stuff like that, which is actually worth some money. Man. And he's getting all the attention.
This nigga is evil, y'all.
Who,
Not only is he trying to rig the election, he's trying to take over the car industry, have y'all driving robots, put robots in your house. This nigga is evil. We gotta watch out for niggas like that. Why is he everywhere?
Because that's what we need, though, dude. But if you look at shit, bro, it'd be a whole nother episode. But like, I don't know. I do a lot of research into like all types of future technology, and there's all kinds of crazy stuff that's out there. It's not just Elon. A lot of people are trying to do it because it's just the future. You know what I mean? Like somebody's got to do it. We didn't get we didn't get to AI because nobody was just sitting there doing nothing.
You talking about the future. I'm talking about the now, though. And what's happening right now is allegedly thousands of immigrants is heading toward the borders in fear of what we were just talking about. I don't think Kamala's going to win. And I don't think people around the world think Kamala.
They don't think she's going to win either. That's why they're like, this is our last chance. So, we got to run for it.
I don't know how real those claims are, but I do think
it's coming. You can't mess them.
Yeah, there definitely is. I think it might just be some people saying that shit though.
No, they ask the people. Like that's the thing. It's like if you ask the people that are coming, like they don't know why you're asking them and all this stuff, So they're going to be truthful a lot of the times. Like, oh, because of, or they ask them, are you coming because of Biden? And they'll say, yeah. And and they know that it wasn't as easy when Trump was there. And it definitely, that's one of the things that I can guarantee. If he's elected, he's going to crack down on that shit. He did it right away before. He did a Muslim ban and all kinds of crazy stuff. He was building the wall, So I think he's for real about this stuff. And I think Kamala...
That nigga did want to build that wall.
He did. He started it. He was doing it. And then Kamala, I think she's just going to keep letting him in. And I think they know that. But they're worried that she's not going to win.
But she's been kind of backing up on that.
She's been talking, but
she's like,
yeah, I think it's all talk.
I think we should have border security.
Yeah, but we're a gentle country.
We're a country made up of immigrants,
and that's how we were made, and we're born here, and that's what makes us stronger. And then she word salad you to death.
That's facts,
but no, but it doesn't solve the problem. You know what I mean?
That is facts too.
Problem's a problem.
That is facts. Some other people are saying that this is a problem, and the reason I want to bring this up and shit that doesn't matter is because I think it just brings up another bigger conversation of just identity politics. Out of Chicago, y'all know who Lil Durk is. You know who Lil Durk is?
Yes.
He's a rapper that raps like a lot about a lot of gang stuff, basically. Gang violence, killing, selling drugs, whatever. And recently he just got two keys to the city.
That's fair.
of Chicago. So, I just wanted to bring it up because, personally, I'm not from Chicago, so I don't really care. I think it's kind of crazy that this is somebody that not even a decade ago, not even 5 years ago, not even
last week,
he dead was rapping about killing niggas and He wasn't just like a random nigga that was rapping about it. He was a nigga actively in it, actively around niggas that was doing it, calling hits of like the murder of a bunch of black people in Chicago, however you want to look at it. Whether you like his music or not. We're not talking about that shit right now. We're just talking about who this nigga is as a person. So
that's the life in Chicago. So he's a role model. That's what they do.
What do you think about that?
Overall, I mean,
is that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, there's so much shit that we should be.
Chicago's
about, but
insane though. Like,
no, Chicago is crazy. That's
you remember
it's just like New York. It's like a lost city. I mean, they have immigration problems. They got problems with gangs.
Chicago's a different level.
Problems with young people wilding out, like taking over the streets.
Yeah, New York is crazy. It might be Chicago, New York, Philly. That might be how
wild in a different way.
Yeah, like Philly's in a whole different way. Philly's wild in a different way, but like as far as politically, they be like kind of sturdy. You remember like during fucking COVID, the mayor came out in the coronavirus costume and was like, "We're gonna defeat coronavirus," and she was like a superhero.
In Philly?
Yeah, no, in fucking Chicago.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Bro, them niggas are crazy.
Was that Lightfoot or something like that?
Yeah. She literally looked insane.
Yeah, she did.
But I think the fact that this nigga got 2 keys to the city is just like, it just shows where we're going in society, and it's like people like will say like, man, you're trying to make a stretch, or like it's not like that, but this is like the fact. This is the fact of the matter. Not a decade ago, this individual who just got 2 keys to the city of Chicago is directly responsible for not only doing crimes in that same area, in that same city, but literally glorifying it and making it world known. Literally globally known. And not even a decade later, he just got awarded the 2 keys to that city. And like, they're basically saying like, you did a good thing. So I'm not saying like, that's basically a conversation of like, can you like be rehabilitated, or like, can you grow? And I think you can. And my question is like, do you think he's done enough, or enough time has gone by for y'all to be like, yeah, he deserves these, he's put in the work, he's shown whatever, that he changed his life and he's a role model we really want to look up to? Because it might be on that, like, he was a nigga in the street, he got out, he's doing the right thing, he's not rapping about that type of stuff no more. Yeah, let me hear the facts.
You know why he got the keys?
Why?
Because he don't need money. You get money, you're good. That's what it is.
That's fact.
So it's like, all right, he's coming. I'm gonna get back to my city. That's his city. That's where he came from. He legitimately does want to see it do better. You give him money. What can they give you? I'll give you some fake ass keys. Go ahead.
Yeah, some big ass fake keys.
You know what I mean?
New York gave Diddy some keys.
They give everybody. That's what they do. It's kind of ceremonial type thing. Like, you're a big part of the city, and they're a big part of the city. Why? Because you gave a lot of money.
That is a matter of fact. Last topic in this segment of shit that doesn't matter is Victoria's Secrets. They had a fashion show, and allegedly they had a trans model in it. I didn't see it, so
I saw it on Twitter.
Did the trans model look good? Be honest.
I mean, I don't think she was like one of the better ones, but
was she the ugliest one? No.
I didn't watch like the whole show or anything, but like, I mean, no, I mean,
in the clip you seen, was she the ugliest?
She wasn't like she wasn't like hideous. She looked like a female, you know.
Okay,
like,
yeah, that's fine.
And I don't know. I mentioned it.
Could you tell that it was
like,
a transgender?
I probably wouldn't if they didn't tell you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, but if once they tell you, then like you see it more. It's like one of those things. Like it's an optical illusion. Like once you see it, once they tell you it's there, then you see it all the time. But it's like I didn't.
Yeah, I'd be looking at bitches now like.
Dude, it's hard. Back in the day, I'm telling you, when I was younger, and you stay home from school and you watch the talk shows and stuff. It was like Maury Povich. I don't even know if that stuff's still on. I doubt it. I don't even know if he's still on.
I watch Maury. I'm a young nigga for real.
Well, but back then, like what they talked about a lot was like they had these ones on there was like, is it a girl or is it a dude? And all these hot chicks came out.
And it
was no, you couldn't, dude. Not back then. Not those ones. And that was like a crazy thing because it was never heard of back then. You know what I mean? So it was really surprising for, well, especially me. I was a little kid. I had no idea. You know what I mean? So maybe it was heard of, but for me, it wasn't heard of. It was the first time.
You was born in 1962, right?
Something like that.
No, but yeah. I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. You know, trans people are a part of, you know, society. Small part, very small part. But, you know, like some of them is going to be like models and stuff, you know, DEI and all that. Like, so it's not insanely crazy to me that happened. That shit that really doesn't matter. If that's a big thing on your plate that you think matters, you need to reevaluate your the shit that goes on in your life and what you care about. Because personally, I don't give a fuck. Like all this other shit we just went through.
With that, I think that definitely, okay, you want to go compete with beauty against women, fine. But physical sports and stuff like that, that's where I like to draw the line. But this, I'm okay with it, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. I mean, are people trying to make that comparison that like, oh... Well, because I do think that, like, the fact that Caitlyn Jenner and niggas' first year as a woman won Woman of the Year a couple months in.
He won shit as a dude. He was an Olympian as a dude.
No.
That's a dude.
I'm not saying that.
That's what's crazy.
That's sports. I'm talking about the
craziest person. Like
when they won Woman of the Year, when Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year, not even like 3 months after nigga just became one. So that was kind of crazy. But
he's Olympian.
Yeah.
He used to winning. No, but for real, that's where you have to say, yeah, like then they're taking stuff from women, but nowadays, you know, women take so much from everything too. Equality, everybody's equal, so equal playing field. You get these dudes that are women. I don't know. Feminism backfired, I guess.
Shit, I don't know. I think we're coming for a grand reckoning. Shit, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I think it ultimately doesn't matter because it's going to happen anyways. You can't change it. So just prepare yourself and get your bag ready for real. But this is shit that should or could or actually will matter. And that's the future of this economy, you know, American stability. I know we kind of feel like we talk about this a lot. We might talk about every episode, but that's because this is a matter of fact, and the matter of fact is this is shit that will matter, and it's how this economy is crumbling. Life is literally skyrocketing. The price of just living is up here. The price of wages is like it went up a little bit, but everything's getting more expensive, from health insurance to cars to housing, and debt's just getting bigger. The wealth gap's getting larger. Stuff's not slowing down. As you said, this technological age is coming. The only niggas that's going to be able to get that shit is rich people and corporations. And what are they going to do? That's going to phase y'all out of jobs. That's what y'all not understanding. Is like these corporations are going to use these robots for the next 10, 15, 20 years and learn from y'all, and then they're going to take you out of your job. Your kid's not going to have a job. They're not going to be able to go to college no more. You know, like, it's going to be fucked. What do you think about all this?
That's like the end game.
Yeah, so, end game. Yeah. Let's start at the beginning.
You know, but you, in the very beginning, actually, so, like, when we, back in America, you know, before any of us were born, back in the day of Henry Ford, think about it. You know, one of the things that, you know, he kind of was famous for was that he wanted his workers to be able to afford the product, which was a car. You know? So, and that was a big thing back then because cars didn't exist. So it was a brand new technology, but he wanted to make sure that it was affordable for everyone. And he didn't want it to be an elite product. You know, and he wanted that was the essence of building the middle class. And I feel like if we get too far away from that, like, okay, like, all right, it's not the average person can afford a car. Right now, not the average person can afford a house anymore, right? Eventually, almost now, it could be not the average person can even afford a car right now.
Bro, they're making those small-ass houses, and even those shits is like $100.
Right. But, and even that, like, it would be better if they would do that. But the higher margins are on those bigger houses. You know, that's where, like, so if you're a home builder, you get to do whatever you want. You know, it's not like the government's deciding what houses you're building. You are. You know, so you're like, okay, well, what's the market there? That's one thing. And then what
I'm just saying, even if you want, like, a
so,
small house, that shit's going to run you.
Yeah, it's going to probably run you a lot. Or you're going to be in an undesirable area or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's a wild world we live in. Like, you know, for people that are younger, you know, like, you better start saving, like, now, like, right away. Like, people got to be smart and learn. Like, I wish I saved right away. I mean, I got a decent amount right now to do what I need to do, but I could have had a lot more, you know what I mean? But I lived my life, and at the same time, I got to be grateful for that. You know, I did some very wild shit, so.
Yeah, you know, like, I'm 23, I'll turn 24 in a couple months. Got a year left of my parents' health insurance, man. And I'm just like, damn. Once you get to, like, that age where, like, you're off your parents' health insurance, that's, like, when you, like, full-fledged, full-grown adult, right? And I'm just like, damn. The world is crumbling. I'm about to get thrown out. Job market is hot ass right now. I went to a good college. I got a good degree. I got a good resume. I got good I couldn't even get an internship over the summer or some shit. I ended up getting one. But, like, I got, like, turned away a lot. And, like, I got good connections and shit. So it's like, this shit is hard. This shit getting rough. I go to top 15 school. You know, like, so it's like, what is this shit gonna look like in 5-10 years? You know, like, that's why. And the crazy part is like, shit like this, where we're two niggas talking to a camera, where I'm a nigga that sits in a computer lab all day and makes videos of, like, you know, when I do go outside and do shit. But, you know, like, shit that doesn't require providing actual substantial value to society other than entertainment is becoming more and more of a real reality and career for a lot of people. Or not. It's weird. It's weird how you, like,
a lot of
yeah. How can you quantify a lot?
So that's the thing. That's like with OnlyFans. You know, YouTube is the same thing with, like, OnlyFans. It's like there's only so many people that are making the big money. You know, there's a lot of people that do it and then don't, and then, you know, and nowadays, like, YouTube, if you were, like, a pioneer of YouTube, that was good. You could come up on it, you know, especially, like, I don't know.
But we're still in the early age of technology. Like, we're still the first quarter.
You know, one of the things I think that's typical now is that celebrities are on it now. They do their own channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so, like,
exactly.
Like, that's so, like, hard to compete against,
are
like,
trying,
that, you know.
but they're not, because the thing is like, I'm looking at these celebrities, like NBA players and shit, and I'm like, fuck, like, who the fuck would watch my vlog versus Jason Tatum's, right? But I'm looking at their accounts, they're getting, like, maybe 100K views, like, they're getting barely, like, any subscribers and shit. They'll get, like, a good surge at the beginning, but they won't really grow in this because, like, people don't really give a fuck. Like, you play sports. That's what we like you for.
But that's a bad example, though. Jason Tatum, because he's actively playing sports. I'm talking about the guys that don't play anymore. Like Ocho Cinco. Like Shannon Sharp. Like, those podcasts, they get views every damn day. That shit is like watching an ESPN show, but
that's like niggas that are Hall of Famers.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but you're competing
like
against
Paul George. That nigga got one, but
can he dedicate to, like, no, not like they do. They're like, oh, let's do this. This is what we do. Like, Shannon Sharp is a professional not even podcaster. He's a professional on air, like, ESPN anchor type person, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever you call him.
Yeah, that's facts.
So, like, that's like as premium as it gets, I guess, right?
For that line of work, yeah.
Yeah. So any different talk show. Like, so yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But YouTube allows for so many niches, and it's the future of content. So, you know, you can never get enough. I know I never get enough. Always searching for new shit. Always hitting the subscribe button. So, hit the subscribe button. But, you know.
Yeah, go subscribe to my channel. You subscribe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make sure y'all go subscribe. But anyways.
Watch all the videos, man.
I mean, that's facts, bro. Like, shit is just getting... I don't even... That's the thing. Like, back in, like, 2015... You know, after 2012, people thought the world was going to end, whatever. But, like, 2015, you had kind of a guess of what 2020 would look like. Or let's do 2014, because we couldn't have guessed what 2020 was going to look like. But back in 2014, like, you could have guessed what 2019 was going to look like. It wasn't that much crazier, like, a couple little new shit, new songs. Some people died that you would have been like, oh, fuck, that's fucked up. But that, like, for the most part, you wouldn't know. But from 2020 to 2024, you wouldn't have imagined.
Shit, yeah.
Even from 2019 to 2020, you wouldn't have imagined that. And then from 2020 now, you wouldn't have imagined that the dude running for president and who might win damn near got killed twice and still came back out here and fucking worked at McDonald's.
All right.
Crazy. But right before the election, like, there was a damn near riot. There was a riot, and damn near the capital of the country got took over because niggas didn't like the last election results. Like, riots all over the world because of some shit in Minneapolis. So it's like all this shit, you couldn't have imagined it, and I can't imagine what 2030 is going to look like. We're almost halfway through this decade, believe it or not. Like, in a couple months, we'll be at the beginning of 2025, halfway through the decade. And although I don't know what the fuck will happen, this is shit that will matter because healthcare is skyrocketing. You know, you know more about this than me. Right?
Yeah.
What's going on with the healthcare?
One thing is, you know, that used to be a big topic, was Obamacare, until it became a law. And then everybody kind of forgot about it, said, I want to get rid of it, whatever. But I remember when I first started my job, I worked at a hospital, and they actually give us free healthcare as employees. Free healthcare. You didn't have to pay for it. You know? After Obamacare, then you had to start paying for it. It was weird. It was like, okay, well, that's worse, not better for me. You know what I mean? Right off the bat, that was real easy. You know, I was like, used to be free, now I gotta pay. Okay, that's not good. But over the years, it just goes more and more and more expensive. I think the example is right now, so in like 1994 or whatever, it was like what, like $6,000 for a family of four. You know, obviously there's inflation, which this one inflated a lot, and now
2000.
2000, it was $6,000. $6,000 in 2000. So 24 years later, it's now $26,000 for a family. $26,000. That's a car a year. You know what I mean? A small family, a small car a year. That's a lot of money.
You probably won't need that you gotta get because you might need it.
You might. So, or you could get a different plan. But usually if you have a family, like, that's different because you want to insure your kids, and you're taking your kids to the doctors for all kinds of basic stuff, like, all the time. So, but unless you're poor, then you get like Medicaid and shit. But I think all kids get Medicaid. So you'd be good there. But you might want the better insurance. Either way, that's what the average is. But I'll give you an example for me though. I had to pick open enrollment. I have a deductible of either $2,000. So that means I could have took a plan where they took $250 something per paycheck out of my, which is a lot of money.
Per paycheck?
I get paid monthly.
Oh, so a month.
Yeah, so per month. So, but still, that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? You're paying a good amount of money over the year. You're probably not going to use that.
But I thought it was like $500 a month, the way you were saying.
No, for a family it would be. That's for a single person. That's for one person. A family is assumed to be 4 people.
All right, but
so a family is assumed 4 people. Bad. So this is just
for 4 people.
For 4 people, it's more than 500. It would be 24,000 is or 26,000 divided by 12. So you're talking over $1,000 a month.
Nah,
well over.
That's kind of
talking $2,000 a month.
That's
talking $2,000.
That's OD.
$200 a month.
That's OD.
So yeah, you're talking bread, dude.
Damn, never mind.
So yeah, and I do the deductible.
How much of your
so
damn at that point? Like, what kind of job you gotta have to have insurance?
Well,
from your job.
Well, so it doesn't matter if you still have to just pay for insurance, and insurance is expensive.
Yeah, like what kind of job
it's
you gotta
expensive,
have, bro?
Unless there's a crazy job that's like, all right, we pay for everything, which maybe there is some,
Tesla.
but I doubt it though. You know, because they pay you so much that you can afford to pay for the health insurance. Because Elon's not providing the health insurance. The health insurance is essentially coming from Blue Shield, Blue Cross,
but he gonna make
subsidize it and say, okay, I'll just pay whatever the cost is, but.
Nah, he gonna make a health insurance.
I mean, he might, but
you know this nigga, bro. He making cars, he making cities, he making underground tunnels.
That's just too corny for Elon. Don't even
health insurance.
Yeah, don't even talk like that. That's not Elon's bag.
He's like, bro, fuck you.
But no, it's crazy. Like my buddy, I saw him this weekend. Dude couldn't even walk, bro. I was like, what's good? He's like, my back's hurting again. He had like this shot. And he works in concrete, but just because of the world that we live in, like, gotta wait to get to the doctor. He knows he's gonna have to pay that up front in cash, you know. So he's gonna. It's crazy.
You gotta thug it out,
and he does. He's like, yeah, my appointments. So he gotta go this whole week, and his appointment's on Tuesday.
And he still got paid.
But. Yeah, but that sucks, you know what I mean? Like, because your job should offer you at least, like, all right, it's a paid time off. I mean, especially if you're injured that bad, but you say, oh, it's a non-work-related injury, pre-existing condition, all that bullshit. And they say, nah, we ain't got nothing to do with you, bro. You're on your own. Right? You say those couple words, boop, 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 turn you down. Spin around.
Nah, you better have your ass. I hope you feel better, but have your ass back in tomorrow. Take the day.
After all that, I came to nope.
You know what? You can take an hour.
You need a longer break. You need 5 minutes extra. I got you.
Oh God, they give you like, you know what? You take an extra 15. Right? Go ahead and take a 15 on me. You take.
I understand. I totally understand where you're going to.
But make sure you back at.
Well, you're 15, sir. We've been talking for 5 minutes now, so you got 10 left. Enjoy. You know that's how it is.
You walking like that, I don't think you get very far, so you might as well just hobble back over.
Yeah, at that pace, but you might start. Just some advice.
Yeah, you might as well start because the way you're moving, that's 0.25, so that's 0.1.
For real. Dude can't even walk. Like, and you picked up that bag of cement on the way? Appreciate you.
Yeah. He hop on a golf cart.
Right?
Appreciate you, man.
Gotta get off to the next, guys. Check up on him. You want to throw the bag in the golf?
Oh shit, that's the real American dream, man.
Being that guy in the golf cart. Right, but the people that actually living it is the dude hurt, carrying a bag, waiting.
Do you think it's worth it for all this?
Hell no. Is it worth it? But you don't got a choice.
No, you don't think that that being your life is worth all of America?
What are you gonna do?
I mean, you could live like somewhere else.
Where? If you're poor, it's hard to go somewhere else.
No. I'm not saying like that.
That's the whole thing. People
I'm saying like
it's like, well, if you're poor, it's really.
I'm saying like America, right, is a country made up of immigrants, and if we were to go back and ask the immigrants that came here, right, show them what it was going to look like 100, 200 years later, like this is what your ancestors are doing. This is their life. Do you think they'd be like, shit, it was still worth it?
Some of them. Because if they was OGs and it was like white folk, they probably got some bread. Facts. Unless the whole family been fucked up.
No, a lot of them.
If you was
not
town,
a lot of niggas.
if your grandpappy
rich.
was the town drunk in 1885, then yeah, your family might not be still good. But if they figure shit out and they was farming and doing their shit, they probably.
But that's only a couple people
got
that were able to do
and all that stuff.
They literally had to make an amendment to just let white niggas vote, like all white niggas.
Yeah, no, but eventually, I mean, like, if but
that's what I'm saying. Like when they first came over, and like
you had to go through some shit till it got good, no doubt. After World War II, it was
especially if they look at Europe now, because like a lot of like young Americans, they say like they want America to be more like Europe. I don't even know what that means.
That's like aristocracy.
Yeah, they just hate America for whatever reason. So I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, like, if our ancestors would have looked at this and been like, "This was worth it." I think it was. I think America's beautiful,
of
bro.
Of course, yeah.
Because anybody can be American.
You know, stock market's
we're not the greatest. China.
Nah, nobody
North
wants.
Korea,
even
Russia,
China doesn't put their money
London.
in China's companies. You know, they want to put their money in. China. As people like us, they invested all their money in real estate, which is now sitting abandoned and nobody lives in it. You know, they built empty cities and shit. Like people want to invest in the U.S. stock market is the best place to put your money, and U.S. Treasury bonds still to this day.
So you think in 2030 it's still gonna look like that?
In 2030, probably in 2030, I think so. You know, I mean, crazy shit could happen. You never know, but you know, I'm gonna put my eggs in that basket. You know, I'm a stock market investor, so obviously, you know, I'm in. I think the world does not end. I don't think we do World War III, no nukes, nothing like that.
I hope not. Yeah, I don't think so either. But what do you think about the rise in debt in like American society and politics?
Well, yeah, so there's a lot of debt everywhere. You know, I mean, the country is in debt. That's one thing. But people. That's where the recession comes in. So right now, everyone says that the economy is good because the stock market is booming, which it is. But like, a lot of people are losing their jobs, and kind of like I said with the Henry Ford examples, like you need to have a middle class to buy all this shit, especially in our economy. It's a consumer-based economy, so eventually that will rear its head in a way, and already like the lower class people are having a harder time, and even like middle class people and stuff, they're feeling it, and then they're going into debt.
So do you think somebody's gonna come in and make?
I don't think they're getting
futuristic robot type products for
eventually, but I mean, but to the debt point, like nobody's gonna. So when you can't really afford it, then that's when you're accumulating credit card debt, which is crazy, And if those start like defaulting, then the economy is gonna go down. People are gonna notice it. That's gonna affect the stocks who are gonna have defaults on their balance sheet. People aren't gonna be able to afford shit. Then they might get their shit repoed. Talking about cars, people underwater on your car loan, taking out car loans that are 64-month long. That's crazy. I mean, you own a car. Usually max was like 3-4 years was the range, Now they're 5 and 6 years long. 6 is common now.
Six is crazy.
Most people don't even want to own their car for 6 years. You know what I mean? Exactly. I mean, I do. I like to have a paid off car and not have a payment because cars are not good investments, for the most part. Especially like, oh my God, my car got something happened to it. Like, I don't want to have to cry or nothing like that. And where we live, I'm not going to be a fancy pants, so.
So you don't want a Maserati?
No, I wouldn't spend my money on it. I'll take it. But I wouldn't.
Would you sell it?
I'd probably sell it, yeah.
I'd saw it too.
Yeah.
For half price?
Nah, that's not for the most I can get. What are you talking about, half price?
But let's say like
we want discount.
You can probably wait like 6 months and get it at a certain price. So like you can get it right now, half price.
Well, it depends like what type of Maserati and stuff. Like most regular Maseratis not gonna have like gain in value in like a short period of time. So unless I'm like trying to time the market or something like that. Which
nah, you just like cars. The buyer that'll buy it for more. He said
he's saving up.
Yeah.
Well, if I know he's guaranteed, then I mean, if I can afford to wait, yeah, why not wait? It depends. Like you could calculate on your money there. It's like if you need the money now, then you need the money now. If you don't need the money now and it's a significant amount more waiting, then yeah, wait. It's just like an investment, but there's a guarantee on that. You know what the outcome is.
So like, what's a significant amount? Like 5K more?
How much time are we talking? 6 months, 5K. I'd probably take the money now. 20K. I'll take that. Yeah, for 6 months, 20K. That's a good return. Yeah.
So you wait.
And it depends how much I'm getting for the Maserati as a whole.
200.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'll take for actually 20,000 and 220,000 total. Yeah, I'm good.
So you'll wait the 6?
Yeah.
All right, a year for the 20. No. 10.
10 years? No.
10K for 6 months. No. You still gonna wait the 6 months?
Yeah, probably.
All right, so you wait a year for 20.
Nah, that's a different time frame now.
All right. But yeah. I mean,
because if you get the money, then I would deploy that money into my own investments. Is what I would do personally.
So that's why I'm saying you wait the 6 months for 20. You don't
for $20,000 extra as a guaranteed return
for 10
for a guaranteed return.
You said 10.
Now it's 10. Yeah, for a guaranteed return of extra $10,000, which would be what was that, a 5% return?
Sure,
about that.
You don't think you can make 10 with that 200 right now?
I probably could, but like I'm already like doing okay. So if it's guaranteed.
But you wouldn't wait a year for 25?
I don't know. It's or speculating. I'd have to think about it. Like I said, because like it's like.
So you really put pen to paper and like.
I would probably think about it because like I said, I don't need the money right now though, and I would only be investing it. So. To randomly have a Maserati and have to make that decision is something I wouldn't expect to do.
Bro, hit up Mr.
But if you have to make that decision, that's awesome if you get the chance to do that. And I hope one day I do. Just randomly someone gives me a Maserati and I'm like, what do you do with this?
Hit up Mr. Beast. We need him, bro.
Mr. Beast,
please.
give us a Maserati and let's see what we do.
No, fuck the Maserati. Just give us the bread.
Something, man.
Fuck the Maserati. I'm not trying to sell that shit.
Right? That would be interesting, though. You could, Mr. Beast, you could record us.
Yeah, bro. But how about that? Like
figuring it out.
Let's think of like a idea for him. This shit can go. No,
pitch it. But
hell
no, get the fuck out of here.
Let's go to space for 100 days.
Oh, man.
For $1 million. Looking at.
Nah, I'd be dead in space. Fuck this shit.
Would you want to go to space?
Nah, I'm good.
Not even for like a week.
Nah, I would maybe do that one thing where they fly you like real high and it goes zero gravity,
and then go back.
And you're back. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd go to space, man. I go to.
What are you gonna do? I don't even be up there.
You want to go to another planet?
Not be like the first one.
No. Like,
all right, let's go walk around.
Niggas
kick some rocks and shit. Like this is cool. No, bro.
No, like niggas live there. Niggas live there. So.
All right, if it's good, like
yeah.
All right, if we're chilling. But if it's like
it take 25 years, they'll put you in like a sleeping chamber. You won't age. It'll be like a nap for you.
I mean, it depends what I got going on, I got checking this shit. Just like my investment. It's like I got something going on right now. You know what I mean? I got 25
You got any investment? Yeah, you believe in it for 25 years?
Yeah, that's an investment and a half. Like by the time you get there, like, oh shit, it didn't work out. Sorry, you still can't.
You got to be a slave now.
Yeah, it was only the first 500. Sorry, bud, you're 505.
Shit. But yeah, I mean, you had anything else you want to touch on?
One of the things I think we kind of pre-gamed a little was just with the future of like college. You're in college right now.
Yeah.
You mentioned it. You visited one of the top, black universities, Howard, with our great VP, Kamala, as alumni. You yourself go to a very good school here at Lehigh University. And big trend amongst some young people is fuck college. That shit's expensive as fuck. We're talking about debt. That's some debt that you will have for the rest of your life in many situations for a lot of people. And that's a lot of money too. You know, so you're talking, I graduated 23 years old, whatever. And it's like 55 years old. Like, damn, I'm still paying this shit. That's pretty crazy. For a lot of people, that's the truth. That's the reality. And they are seeing this. Young people, Gen Z, they're seeing this shit. I don't want that to be me.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So what they're doing is they're going into trade jobs. Everyone's telling them these are the jobs to be in. They're high paying. There's a demand for them. There's a shortage of them. And Fortune magazine just came out. Most unhappy jobs is electricians, warehouse manager, a lot of these trade jobs and stuff like that people are getting pushed into. So they're going to school right now thinking they're going to be, and maybe they're not going to have a fulfilling career because you're working hard labor, you know?
For like $50K. A lot of niggas becoming teachers for like 30, 40. No, not 30. Like 40.
And you're probably chilling though.
42.
Yeah, hopefully you get paid more nowadays because you ain't doing nothing on
Not teachers?
But hopefully nowadays, I don't know.
Bro, they get like 42, 44.
Really? That's great. Depends where it is, but
most places.
But like electricians and stuff, you can expect to make like 65. Especially the goal would then be, and that's how they lure you in is, you could be your own business and da. Well, not everybody is that, but you could be. Then you're a higher end earner, but you're working extra hours, and like this is hard work, not like sales or something like that, where it's like you're chilling, you're talking to people, like,
You think sales is easy?
It's not easy. I mean, definitely not easy. A lot of people hate sales. They would never want to be in sales. It can be very stressful. Usually, they got quotas and goals that you're supposed to meet and stuff like that. And, talking to people don't like to do that necessarily. And that's another thing they say with Gen Z is that being locked up with the Rona and stuff, and with all of the social media, that their social skills are just lacking for face-to-face communication.
Yeah, we suck for sure.
I don't know. Obviously, you guys don't talk to nobody, so I barely know. I only talk to Tommy. But no, they say there's all issues, and something to think about. Definitely a future. Definitely going to affect everybody. That's a huge generation of people that grew up the way they did.
Yeah, like there's some people that was like born in like 2018, 2019, 2020. Shit, even if they was born in like, I got a little brother. How old is he?
2010, bro. 2010, you're 14 years older.
Yeah, he's 6. He was born in 2018, 2017. Bro, like, he's lived more of his life and through this coronavirus era than before. Especially more of it that he actually knows.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine kids who was, like, 1 when COVID hit. Literally, literally born during COVID. Their first 2 years of life, they never seen no one but their parents.
Yeah, that's not as bad. What's worse is the kids that were already in society. Like, I met this one kid who was going to college, and then this happened, and then all the classes had to be online and all that stuff, and and could you imagine that, like, in the middle of your college experience? Like, that would screw shit up, and
yeah.
But like, I don't know, I would feel like you'd already have developed a good amount at that point, but at the same time, my like true skills to talk to people, I don't know when I developed them, but it certainly wasn't in high school or even college probably, but it was along the way.
Yeah.
So,
it definitely was weird. I'll say, like, just trying to get back to, because like my first 2 years of college was on Zoom, so like going back to in-person classes, like people not wearing the mask, like it's something like niggas still getting used to. So, like, yeah, I don't think, and that's one thing I was saying while I was talking to like my friends while we were in DC is like, we really like, we're living through this shit right now. In 20 years, we're going to look back and be like, bro, 2020 and the effect it had on young people and this generation and like just on what 2020 and this era is. And I don't know when this era is going to stop or if it's literally just the new normal. And the fact that that's a thing, a new normal, but like we're gonna look back at this and be like, that was literally one of the craziest things that has ever happened.
That kind of reminds me of something else that I recently read about, was just like the pace of how fast like AI is developing, and they compare it to Moore's law, which is how fast they develop like computer chips and stuff back in the day. Essentially, was what it was in terms of like megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, all that sort of shit. And they say that AI is progressing faster than the pace of Moore's law. Like, so that, it was obviously super expensive and stuff, but the cost is coming down like exponentially so fast, and the speed and all that stuff is just going faster and faster. So, like, I don't know, something to consider, you know what I mean? Like, I think the future, any future that comes, and any future in the future from now on, is going to come faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, and that is a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen. This is A Matter of Fact with Tommy Anderson and Rob, the Modern Day Hippies. Let us know what y'all think about the new format as a podcast. I think this is our 5th episode now, 5 weeks strong.
Consistent, cranking them.
Good. Let us know how you like it. Make sure you follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you just like to listen to it.
YouTube.
But appreciate all y'all that's been watching on YouTube and stuff. Yeah, the YouTube been doing pretty good. Follow us on our Instagram so we can, have that further interaction. Look out for the Patreon, and we'll catch you on the next one. This is A Matter of Fact with the Modern Day Hippies signing out. Peace.